So hi everybody out there in FlossTube land. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Sunday, October 6th, I believe, at approximately 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm coming to you today with a little bit of a finishing type of thing. So this morning I finished my hands-on design Year of Celebrations October piece, which you can see here. So I am in the process of fully finishing it, getting ready to put it up on my little metallic wall hanging piece. Now what I'm doing with all of these Year of Celebrations things, I'll show you these. These are the ones I finished. I have these Dick Blick little canvas things. These are like canvas squares that you can get. I got mine, I happened to get mine at Blick's, which is a arts and crafts store, but this is Blick. It's a 4x4 hard kind of canvas, painting canvas that you can do. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm mounting these onto these things and putting magnets on the back of them. So they do different things. Up until I went to California, I had finished January, and you can see it's, I used double-sided tape and put magnets on the back. So I had January finished, I had February finished, same way with the magnets. And then I had March fully finished and stuck up on my thing. So this one I had just taken some ruffly ribbon, and I had, glued it onto the back to give it a little different edge. I might do this with the rest of them. I haven't decided 100% sure yet, but I did it with March, and I actually kind of like it. It breaks it up just a little bit more. And so then I went to, I got behind in all my stitching. So I actually did finish, I have finished everything up through October right now, and I'm in the process of ironing them so I can actually put the ones that I need to put onto these Blick canvases. So I used the Blick thing. The double-sided tape that I'm using to do this with is Scotch double-sided tape, and it's permanent. Just comes on a roll just like that, but it's double-sided tape. This is the kind of ruffly ribbon that I got, the Ribbon Boutique. It's just like little ruffly ribbon. I have two things of white and a thing of red. For St. Patrick's Day, I used this little ribbon. But basically, I'm taking scrapbook paper. This is scrapbook paper squares. I cut them in 6x6 inch squares because these fit right on the squares that I'm using are 4x4. So like they will sit on a 6x6 square, and it looks really nice. And then I just I have one of those you've seen the magnetic little placeholder things that I got from Michael's. I've just been magnetizing them to that so I can hang it on my wall. I have 6 of those steel or steel things to do, and I might actually paint them, but I haven't decided yet. But anyway, so basically what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go through and kind of finish my hands-on design Year of Celebrations, since I have October finished and I have most of a month to display it. I'm so excited. It's the first time that I've had that in like a couple of months. So I have April's, I have October's all ironed out for you. I have April's. I just got April's ironed out before I started this video. And you'll see here I have May down here. So May has been in with my project. All of these went to California and came back with me. So there's May. Here's June, and you can see all of these need ironing pretty bad. Here's July. And here is August. September is currently up on my wall. I finished it like 2 weeks ago. So, or like last weekend actually, I believe I finished it. and I was able to get October finished in like a week. I got October stitching finished. So now I'm just in the process of ironing all of these out to get the creases. One of the things I use is Mary Ellen's Best Press. I got the clear kind, but you can get several different kinds with color, like a slight tint to it. I just got the clear, but Best Press is really good for getting wrinkles out. So like all these deep set wrinkles and everything in here will come right out. April had a fold kind of right down the middle, much like August does, and April's came right out with a little spritz of Best Press. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what I do, and we're kind of working backwards, so I'm going to do May through August now for the ironing. So basically what I have, because I'm going to use a rotary cutter later, I have my cutting mat up underneath my towel. This is just a really thick folded over towel, since I don't need very much room for these. I use a thick folded towel because I'm just kind of doing this on a TV tray. I'm not doing it on an ironing board. I should be using an ironing board, but for these I'm not really doing that. So let me put this away so I can clear some space off for you. So I start these on, my iron has 6 different heat settings. Settings 3, 4, 5, and 6 are steam settings. So this is just an old iron. It's an old Proctor Silex, an old Proctor Silex iron. It was my husband's. It's got a steam setting. So in order to do the steam, you just simply make sure that this orange button is up, and after a couple seconds it'll be ready to steam. But basically, so what I do with this is I just kind of spritz it down with the Best Press, hitting some of the targeted, badly creased areas, and kind of just going from there. And I'm doing this from the back side initially. So there you go. I just kind of spritz it with a little Best Press. Then I just take my iron and just kind of lightly, very lightly go. You can hear the steam coming up from it. You can see the steam as well. So then in the corner where I've added a little extra Best Press, I just, kind of give it a little more heat, a little more steam. And once it's steamed pretty well, I turn the steam off. And then I go back over it with no steam. Just some extra heat. Alright. Now I'm no professional finisher. I'm just kind of doing this. This is kind of my first time finishing. I haven't actually framed anything before. So there we go. Alright, so you see most of the wrinkles are out of May. Then I kind of flip it over to the front, kind of do a quick glance. I'll do another little quick pass over the stitching and over that. And there you have it. There is May. May is ironed and ready to go. Flip it over. There's a little bit of a wrinkle there. It's going to get covered up or cut out, but I'm going to go ahead and try and release that wrinkle that's down there. Alright. I think the wrinkle is pretty well released. Alright, and I have my iron set on 5, which according to my iron is cotton. And this was 28 count even weave that I got. I'm not sure the colorway at this point, because it was last November that I purchased the fabric for this. And I got one sheet of fabric, one piece of fabric, and then cut it up into 12 pieces, one for each of the months. Alright, so May is ironed. I will do one more for you. So then we have June. Here's June. Here's what June looks like. Okay, we'll flip it over. And you can see June has some wrinkles on it. Get my Best Press. Kind of focus on the areas that are pretty wrinkled. Okay. Turn the steam back on. Wait a couple of seconds. Okay. You can hear the steam. And the reason why I'm doing this kind of upside down on the towel as well is so when I'm pressing over the stitching, the stitches don't flatten out. Alright. Looks like I may need to actually, yeah, I'm going to have to focus a little bit more on the one spot. So there we go. There's a little bit of a wrinkle right in here that isn't wanting to necessarily come out. I did just turn off the steam, so now we have heat. Alright. And as you can see, my reds are not running, which is really good for considering that I've used over-dyed flosses. I'm not seeing any running, especially in this piece. All right. Flip it back over onto the back. One last pass. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them, do the other two that I have, and then I will show you kind of my process of getting the things done. So let's see. All right. Okay. June is done. On to July. Again, we best press it. You can get your best press at Joann's. That's where I found mine. It's in the sewing section. Turn the steam back on. Now I'm not really worried about the loose threads on the edges of my piece just now, because I will be cutting these off. I'll show you coming up here in a little bit kind of how I do it. All right, flip it over to the other side. This is July. These look really cute. Alright, I think I've got all of the wrinkles out of this that I can get. Yep. Okay. July looks pretty good. Then we go, August is my last one. August is pretty cute. I've been enjoying actually working on these last few of these Heaven and Earth, or Hands-on Design Year of Celebrations pieces. These have been pretty fun to stitch. I add a little more best press up to the corner. Into the corners. I think everything else is pretty well. Alright, a little best press. Alright. So now we are done with the ironing of that. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my iron and kind of set it off to the side. I'm going to put my ironing towel off to the side, and I shall be back. See you in a few. So hi there in FlossTube, this is Tina Fraser coming to you from Columbus, Ohio again. That was a little quick break. I went ahead and put away my stuff, and these are some of the some of the items that I'm using. I have a rotary cutter that I'm going to use to cut my pieces with. Bear with me just a minute. I've got to pause and look for something that I'm missing. Okay, so I had to grab my little OmniGrid square. So these are some of the things that I use. I got these magnets. I got these magnets off of Amazon. They're Elecfine magnets. They're 10 millimeter diameter by 2 millimeter thickness. I use 2 for the backs of the diamond painting. These are just you know, the strong neodymium magnets. This is again the 4x4 Dick Blick little canvas boards that you can buy. They come in a pack of 12. So as you can see, I have quite a few of them here ready to go. So yep, I'll be using those. Set those aside for now. Here's the double-sided Scotch tape that I use for this, and I have E6000. The E6000 is the super heavy-duty glue that I use to glue the magnets onto the boards. Again, I have my rotary cutter so I can cut the fabric down, and then I have my OmniGrid 6" by 6" ruler. This will give me the size. Basically, what I do is I center the piece, the cross stitch piece, under the grid on this, and then I can cut around and have enough room to attach them to the board. Because as you can see, the board will fit basically right in the middle. So essentially, what I do is I eyeball the cross stitch piece right in the center, and then I hold it down and rotary cut the edges so I don't have that much extra material on the back of the board. So you will see that. You will see that as I go along. All right. And then I just have my rotary cutting mat to do this with. So you will see here in a minute. Let me try and get this right above me so you can see this. Sorry about the camera angles. I'm just trying to adjust this. I have this on my light, my aught light. So maybe if I do it that way, there won't be such a glare. There we go. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off, we're going to do August since it's right on top. So basically what I do is I take my OmniGrid thing and I'll try and line up the August piece, the stitching, as close to the center as I can. So this one, the stitching is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in this way, and 1, 2, 3 lines in this way. So I know I have to come this way just a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more. And then it ends 2, 3, 4. That I'm gonna call pretty darn near center. I'm not getting this 100% right, but in essence, what I'm gonna do is just run my rotary cutter along my OmniGrid and basically just cut it. Didn't quite cut all the way through there. Just cut it all the way down and do the same on all 4 sides. Now keep in mind this rotary cutter is really, really sharp. So, didn't quite get it through there. Alright. Okay. Didn't quite cut it enough right in there. Okay. That's good. Oh, didn't quite get it enough there. Okay. Alright. There we go. So I have the scrap pieces of my thing, and then I have it cut down to that. It's not exact. I don't do this professionally. I just do this enough to allow me the opportunity to get this done and framed. And then so what I do is I just kind of eyeball it on the piece, on the canvas, because you can kind of see the canvas up under there. So yeah, kind of eyeball it as best you can onto the canvas, and I think that looks pretty good. So then what I do is try and flip it without moving it, and then I'm going to add the double-sided sticky tape. So let me flip this back over. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do this from the top. I do the top and bottom first, and then the left to right. Yes, and I use double-sided sticky tape. But the nice thing about this is I think next year, I mean, even if I decide to pull these off of the boards next year, I can pull them off of the boards, and I will have enough fabric that I can actually make them into little pillows. You know, I can make them into pillows for a bowl setting if I decide to do that later. You're probably yelling at the screen, don't do that. It's not centered. Well, be that as it may. So then I just kind of eyeball a piece of double-sided sticky tape, stick it to the back of the board. Yes, I know the board is sideways, but you know, nobody's going to see the back. And then I do the same thing with the bottom. I just kind of eyeball a piece of tape to kind of go along here. And then what I do is I will fold over the middle and pick it up to kind of see, to kind of gauge where I'm at. Alright, so now I have the top pretty well stuck down. So I have the top pretty well stuck down, and now I will take this and pull over the bottom edge until I can stick the bottom edge down. So now we have the top and bottom edges stuck down. And now I will move over to the back. It's stuck down pretty good on here. Then I will kind of take another little piece of double-sided tape. I usually put another little piece down here, so when I fold over the fabric, it'll help me to kind of tie down the corners a little bit more. And usually what I do is I'll pull them in a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I'll pull the corner in so it tapers, and I'll kind of push it down and fold it over, just kind of work with it a little bit just to fold it over and stick it down. to the canvas. Alright, so I'll do the same thing over here. I'll kind of tuck it just a little bit, fold it over. There we go. Alright, so now we have the little extra flaps right in here. So basically what I do is I just take more double-sided sticky tape and I kind of place it down in here so I can fold this over, and fold this over. So we have it kind of centered on there. I know it's not exactly perfect right now, right at this point, but you know, I'm not necessarily trying to make this 100% perfect. Anyway, I'm just trying to get it so I can get it up on my walls. Okay, and like I said, next year I may decide that I want to take these off and make them into little pillows, you know, but at this point in time, I don't really have a way to display these. So there is the corners for the one side. Now I have this other side to do. So I'm basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to do this all the way across. Okay. Alright, then I'm going to pull this in just a little bit, fold it down, lay that across, this in just a little bit, fold it down, lay it across. Yep. And I have these extra little pieces here that I have to tuck in. Alright, so there is August. August is fully finished. And I'm actually going to pull that off. Yep. So August is done. Alright. And I will show you how I glue the magnets on once I get to October. But anyway, so this is pretty much all I'm going to be doing with these, is centering them over the thing and then double-sided sticky taping them to the piece. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just trying to eyeball it. I think that's good. Okay. Alright, so there's the extra for July. Move that off. Gotta undo this. Bear with me while I take a couple of pictures. My cross stitch store is having a FFO kind of contest for finishing these up. There's more June. So at the end of the year, they're giving out points, and you can win a gift certificate. So I'm hoping to win some points. Even though these ones aren't going to be technically fully finished, they're going to be soft finished until the months next year. But at least I will get credit for doing this. All right. So you can see I'm just trying to get this kind of centered on the board. Okay. Flip it over. I think after I do July, I'm going to switch down and do October, just to make sure that I have enough double-sided sticky tape to finish October and get it up on my wall. Alright, so there's that. We're going to do the middle. Yep. We're going to turn it around. Do July. Sorry, this isn't in frame. So July. It's looking pretty good. It's a little off. It's a little off down here, but yeah, it'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely stop and switch over and do October when I am done with this one, just to make sure that I have enough sticky tape to do it. There we go. Okay. This is a little wonky, but when I get this, yeah, July's a little on here wonky. Alright, so we now have July and August. July and August are now FFO'd. Well, they're not FFO'd, but they're mostly FFO'd. July's on here a little wonky. Yeah, July's not on here necessarily straight, but it looks alright from it. It'll look alright from a distance, I think. Yep. So July and August are done. I'm actually going to bring in October, and we can do October. This is the one I just finished. So again, I'm taking my thing, and I'm just going by the end of the stitches. Okay. Okay. Oop, that could have been bad. These rotary cutters are really sharp, you guys, so if you get a rotary cutter, be very careful, because these rotary cutters can be really, really sharp. Okay. Alright. And these extra little strips of fabric that I'm cutting off just get thrown out. I don't keep those. I have no need to keep them. Okay. This one doesn't have any plastic on it. Just going to go ahead and make sure that October is sort of centered. Okay. Again with the double-sided sticky tape, making sure that I have about the length I need. Deep, 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 deep. And do the bottom. Alright, so here we go. We'll start in the middle. Kind of flip this up. Yep. Looks about right. Pull this down. I'm gonna actually looks fairly good. October. Alright. Again with this. Again, I'm taking some pictures for my needlework thing. Okay. That was just my phone falling to the floor. October. Alright, getting close to finishing up October. Once I'm done with this part and I've got all the, at least all the things cut out, I will show you with October kind of what I'm doing with it on my metal thing. So stick with me. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, and I'm probably not gonna edit this one, just because I'll try and get it up for you. But yeah, so I'm just trying to kind of stretch this myself using the double-sided tape. The nice thing about this double-sided tape is that it'll stick. Well, there's October. Little threads. There's October. The nice thing about October is you see the ghost. The ghost is glow in the dark, and I use the glow in the dark, and so are the eyeballs in the letter O in October. Those are glow in the dark. Then I took the DMC glow in the dark thread. After I got done stitching the Week Dye Works Moonlight up here for the moon, I put a strand, I overlaid a strand of the glow in the dark thread over the moon as well. So when it glows in the dark, the ghost and the eyeballs glow in the dark pretty well, pretty brightly. And then moon has a faint glow in the dark color to it. So that's kind of neat. That's how, one of the ways I changed the October hands-on design. Okay, so I will go back in and add a little bit more this to here. So hopefully it'll stick. Alright, I'm being kind of generous with the double-sided tape as well, you guys. So, alright, 2 more little corners to do. Looks like I would have had enough to do October. I'm doing the other ones, the other 3 that I have left to do. But I just kind of wanted to get October done because I want to put it up on my wall today. So, since it is October 6th. So, I will get to actually display October for most of the month. And that's going to be pulled off. Any of these extra little hangy strings will be pulled off. There we go. So, there is October. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do these other ones really quick. So I'm going to actually pause, and I will come back when I am done working on these other ones. Alright, I'll see you soon.
Brooks books, because of the charming it from the pink back and forth to the pink and the blue. So 200 stitches on the Aura.
You doing
For
okay?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, it'll be a new
You doing
start.
okay?
It's going to be a chart from 4 Stitches and Giggles called Espresso Patronum. Because Expecto Patronum is actually the spell. And I think this will look really good in our coffee area. So, and I'll be doing that on this 28 count tea and coffee tea dyed Monaco from Southern Stitch Company. Alright, for history of, for herbology, currently I've got, Needles Dance, ready to, and that'll be a start as well, because it's got the interesting vines and flowers. However, I can slot in, if I need to, Search the Sky, or the next one, which I'm using for History of Magic, Atlantis from Owl Forest, because it's got plants on it too. So I'm still working on the jellyfish. So, and I chose Atlantis because there is a lot of standard folklore about Atlantis and its destruction and magic and this, that, and the other thing. So, Alice just fell. Okay. For potions, Universal Monsters will come back out because there's a potions lab in the Invisible Man room. And then for Transfiguration, I'm going to work on the Nutcracker from Soda Stitch because the prince is technically transfigured into a nutcracker. So here's where I'm at on it. And that'll take me through the core classes. Then we've got the other three. So I'm going to be working on 4 rooms because rooms involves letters. I'll work on Sarah Davis. So I'll work on my next row of that. For Care of Magical Creatures, I'm going to work on Quaker Oz and do the Flying Monkey, which will get me almost a page finish. And then for Muggle Studies, I'm going to work on my fairy tale from Shannon Christine. So I'll do Rapunzel, who goes here. So, yeah. And then that will complete my owls. Yay! So, some work, I think, on Universal Monsters, and that's actually, I think, what I'll probably work on today. And then take my starting picture for homework. Yeah. So anyhow, I hope everyone has a terrific week. If you've got any questions, don't be afraid to drop them, and I will see y'all next time.
Alright, so apparently I was recording this entire time while I was listening to a couple of YouTube videos doing that, and I didn't realize it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take October, and I'm going to take my magnets.
I'm sorry, I have the wrong number.
E6000, and
Let me go the wrong number.
and I'm going to glue my magnets on to the back. So I usually only use 2 magnets for each of these. So I can get my 1, and 2. Okay. Let me make sure that I got these upside down.
Sorry about that, I left my phone at home.
Alright,
Yeah.
so put a little E6000 on here.
That works. What are you thinking?
A little drop of E6000. And then I just kind of plop.
Let me check Christina. We had Indian for lunch yesterday.
Just plop my magnet right down in there.
Well, let me
Alright.
check with her, see what she wants to do. Alright, that works. Alright.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing with the rest of these. Do magnet right in there. Magnet right in there. Set these kind of off to the side. Magnet. Ooh, that one bubbled up just a little bit. Okay. Magnet. 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 A little too much glue on these ones, but that's alright. The glue will dry. Magnet. And then we have the last 2 little magnets. Alright, so last 2 little magnets. Magnet. Magnet. And there we go. Alright, so the magnets are on there. I'm going to let them dry a little bit, and then I will get ready to finish off October. So hi out there again. I'm just coming to you with another little snippet. I have actually got the magnets on my boards, as you can see. So here's October. The magnets are drying, and I've pulled some Halloween scrapbook paper that I have on hand to see how I can actually decorate my my thing for October. There's gotta be 2 pieces there. There are. So I pulled out all these different Halloween scrapbook papers that I have, including a Happy Halloween one with some candy corn, polka dot, orange and black, and then skeletons, my little skeleton crew. So I have quite a mix of Halloween papers that I can use to decorate my board. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there because I don't think I'm going to use it. So here is my galvanized steel little board that I'm going to be using to decorate for October. So I'm going to pull October out and kind of gauge which one I think might go cute. I'm actually thinking this top one might be kind of fun because it has the mummies and a witch and Frankenstein and Dracula and booze and ghosts and all that kind of stuff. So I'm actually kind of thinking that might look kind of cute on top of there. I think the stripes are going to be just a little too much, so I will put the stripes off to the side. I don't think I'm going to use the stripes. I don't really think I'm going to use the pumpkins. I think that would just be too much pumpkin. Now having the black might be kind of cool because then I can do something like that. That might be kind of cool. Yeah. So that's a possibility. I am going to use some Happy Halloween. I'm going to cut a couple of strips of this all the way across, find some print that's really kind of cool, and stick the Happy Halloween across. So I'm going to use that. I don't know. Of course, I could always just swap this out for this. See how this looks. I don't know. I'm kind of actually liking that. I think this one is going to be a little too busy, and I don't think the skeletons are going to quite work. So I'm actually going to be using these 3 to kind of outline my thing. So let's see. So if I do 8, a strip of 8 inches of that, a strip of 6 inches of this, and I can put that kind of in the middle. Yeah. Know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take 8, I'm going to make this into an 8-inch strip. So, and I kind of want that edge, so this is how I'm going to do it. Alright. Do. And I think that edge is the most interesting. So, I need to make a little more room here for myself. So I can stick this kind of over here. Alright, so what edge did I say was most interesting? That edge. That edge. have to leave 4 inches over on this side. So I'll put this out on 4. Okay. There we go. So then we have my 8 inches that way. Okay. So my 8 inches is actually going to wrap around here. Yep. So my 8 inches is actually going to wrap around here. So that's my 8 inches. All right. Okay, and so on the back, I'm just going to simply tape it down. I have some tape here, so I'm going to get some clear tape. Alright, so I'm just going to tape this down here, so we have that. Yeah, I just use tape on the back of these, you guys. It's nothing permanent, because I'm changing it out every month, you know. So, yep, just simple tape. And then I take it and wrap it, pull it tight, wrap it around here, make sure that I kind of get it a little more even. I guess the evenness doesn't matter. It makes it a little more wonky that way. All right. So then we tape it to the back, just like so. I hate this tape dispenser, you guys. This tape dispenser is awful. Or at least this tape is awful. Anyway, so there we have it. There's the first bit. It is wrapped. Yay. So now I can set this aside with the rest of my paper. Alright, so then we're going to cut this into a 6 inch by 6 inch square, so we can put the square right on top of the spider webbing. Okay, I'll set that aside. So we put this at 6. Yep. Right down the middle. Set this aside. Then we do 6 again. Whoop. Alright, now we have our 6 inch square. I'm going to pull this aside. This will go right on top of here. I think that'll look really nice, you guys. That's going to look really neat. And then once October dries, I have a stink bug in here, you guys. Stink bug's gonna die. He's getting too close. Stink bug's getting too close. Go away. Trying to do something here. Alright, so then October, once the thing's dry, this is what it's gonna look like. So we have that. We have that in the middle there. And then we have October. So this is what October is going to look like once the magnets are ready. And then, so that is that. Okay. Now I have to find a font that I like. You kind of like that one in there. So, let's see. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween. I can do a couple of different ones. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do a couple of different different fonts. So we have Happy Halloween, Happy Halloween. There's one. Alright. Then I kind of want the thick one. So we will go over here. All right. So we are going to stick Happy Halloween up here. Bend that over. Happy Halloween. Bend that over. And tape that on. I took another inch off of this. Okay, so you have that. This is what my October is looking like. So this is actually just going to go on my wall just like that. And that is October. My October is finished, you guys. And it can go on my wall. I'm so excited. Yay, my October is finished. All right, so there you kind of have how I was doing this. If you have any questions, just please let me know. Leave your comments and questions, likes and dislikes below. I will do my best to answer your questions to the best of my ability. But anyway, sorry I wasn't talking nearly so much. I kind of half forgot that I was recording this, but there you go. Anyway, so sorry this is a little bit of a longer video. But I hope you enjoy kind of how I'm finishing this. You can see the other pieces are drying. This is April. Obviously, I'm not going to fully finish them because this is just kind of a work in progress. I can swap these out pretty much any time. Go ahead and move this so I pull this down a little bit. But yeah, so I can swap these out anytime. I got the metal tins from Michaels. I got the 4x4 little canvas squares from Blix. You can find them anywhere, Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, whatever. And then the rest of it is just scrapbook paper that I've cut down. The spiderweb scrapbook paper I cut to an 8-inch strip. This orange and black dot is a 5-inch by 6-inch square. 5 inches this way, 6 inches this way, and I might actually just cut the extra square off of that. And then this is of course the 4x4 stitched piece. The nice, as I said before, the ghost glows in the dark and the moon glows in the dark, and so do the eyeballs in the letter O of October. Actually, no, well, no, I'll leave it that way for a while and kind of figure it out. And I just kind of eyeballed this as far as centering it. The nice thing is you know, I can pull October off and swap it out for next month. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and readjust this and then kind of get this hung up on my wall. And then I will kind of show you as I kind of eyeball this back into center as I'm going to get it. It's just eyeballing it pretty much. There we go. So, yep. So I'm going to hang this on my wall, and after a minute here, I will adjust and show you where it's hanging on my wall in my living room. So anyway, October is finished, you guys. Thank you very much, and I will see you here in a little bit and show you the final product on the wall, and then I will call it quits. Thanks very much. Alright, so there is October hanging on the wall. Hope you guys like it. I think it looks really great. Alright, well thanks for watching my finishing video. I hope you got something out of it, and we'll see you soon. Hi, hon.
Hi.
There's my husband, Dylan. Alright, take care. Bye.